So, I bought something. Again. I need to stop. This right here is a brand new camera. If you're wondering, right now I use a GoPro Hero 9 to record all my videos. But I've always wanted more of a DSLR style camera. That's what this is. This is one of those weird like accessory pack things, I think, so that's why it's bigger. Before we get to this thing, I bought some other stuff. I already opened these, by the way, but first things first, I got this. The Elgato Cam Link. Basically all this thing does is transfer an HDMI into a USB. So you can plug this into your computer and use something like a DSLR as a webcam. This tiny thing cost me $100. Why did I pay that much? And then this right here is a big old shotgun style microphone, the Boya BM6060. I did read some pretty good reviews on this thing. It cost me around like $90 or something. And for this type of microphone that is pretty cheap, it does come in this nice bag though. And then this is the microphone. You can connect on top of a camera, plus I think it has a 1/4-inch screw under that if you unscrew it. And then this is the microphone itself. Honestly, it feels really high quality. It's also on a shock mount as well. Oh, and it came with one of these windscreen things as well. Also, the reason that I'm buying all this stuff isn't just for YouTube. I'm really into like film creation and movie making, all that stuff. And I'm in a film class that's basically asking me to create a short student film type thing. So I'm gonna use all that for this and YouTube as well. All right, now it's time to unbox this. Again, this was a pack of like a bunch of camera stuff. I can't remember what was in there. I'm sure it came with a tripod. I think that's what this is. I don't expect it to be a good tripod. I have another tripod that I would use. Honestly, unless this thing, it might be better. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be using this thing anytime soon. I have a better one, okay? I'm gonna use that. Okay, there's a lot of, there's this. Over here, ooh, looks like a camera bag. It's a bigger bag than I thought it would be. Literally just a bag of accessories. What is this? What is all this? They give me an SD card. Yay! What the heck? What is this? It's like a cleaning kit almost used to clean your camera. Okay. Speaking of which, I forgot to mention the price of this. The camera I bought is the Panasonic Lumix FZ300, which by itself is only a $400 camera. I know, it's really cheap for a DSLR style camera, though I can show you why it was cheaper. Also, this right here, a filter kit. And now it's time for this. The Panasonic Lumix FZ300. Now the reason this thing is only $400. Actually, the entire kit together was $500, but the camera by itself is only $400 on Amazon currently. I don't know if the price is gonna change. And then, oh, the reason they were able to make this cheaper is because unlike other DSLR style cameras, this thing has a fixed lens, meaning you can't replace it with other lenses. The thing is, it does have a pretty decent zoom, so I don't really need to focus on that. It's kind of around the Canon Rebel T7 range, though the Rebel T7 has a 24 megapixel sensor, while this thing has like a 12 point something megapixel sensor, which I know is smaller than you would like, but I won't really be using this for photos. I'll mainly be using this thing for video, because this thing supposedly shoots up to 4K 60. Either way, I'll probably still only shoot in 1080p, but also it has autofocus, which was one of the biggest things I wanted for video. Oh, and it has a flippy screen. Oh, there's more in the box. Camera strap, battery, this is what we want. Now, let's plug in the battery. I hope it's charged. It should be. Anyways, let's plug this in to the camera on. See if anything happens. Oh, I'm gonna be honest, the buttons feel really nice. What I meant about this camera though is that it has a pretty nice zoom. It feels so high quality as well.
3 days later.
Okay, so it's been a few more days and I bought some more stuff. First thing I got is this right here. This is basically just a long XLR cable, because I thought I had one for the microphone, but I didn't, so I just bought this. I think it's like 25 feet, which is probably like 20 feet more than I need, but for the film I have to create, 25 feet will work just fine. The next thing I got is this right here, the More Steep 2, and basically all this is just an audio interface so I can get the signal from the microphone to a computer. Now there was a slight problem when ordering this because there's two variations of this audio interface. I tried to order the Steep 1. Basically the only difference between the two models is just how many XLR inputs they have. The Steep 1 has only one XLR input. And the Steep 2 has 2 XLR inputs. And I actually really did not want the Steep 2. I ordered and paid for the Steep 1, which was, by the way, like $10 cheaper, and yet they still sent me the more expensive model that I didn't pay for, so that's fine.
So then this is the audio of the microphone, and those of you with headphones might realize what the problem is. If you can't hear it, it's basically only one-sided. So it's only like on one side. It's weird. Which is why I ordered the Steep 1, but they didn't send it to me. Anyways.
Now the way to fix the issue of the audio only being on one side is to use this right here. Basically just a splitter. Basically the way this works is you plug both of these into the audio interface. And then this plugs in to your XLR cable. And then the XLR cable plugs in to the microphone right here. Also, this audio interface wasn't that expensive either. I think it was around like 90 bucks. Actually, the Steep 1 was $90, but the Steep 2 is near $100.
And then this is the audio of the microphone with the splitter. So now you're gonna notice it's actually like full, and you can hear me like everywhere. Alright, and then this is what everything looks like all put together. So I'm using the FC300 currently to record video, and that is going through HDMI to a cam link, so I can record it straight from my PC. And then I am recording audio with the shotgun microphone as well. In terms of photo and video, the FC300 actually holds up pretty well. In case you're wondering, with some settings, I think I mentioned before, it has a 12.1 megapixel sensor. It shoots up to, I believe, 4K 30, though I use it for HD 60. In terms of aperture, it goes down to f2.8, which means there's a bit of background blur, but it's not too amazing. With the standard DSLR, you probably just connect like a more premium lens to get down to like a f1.7 or something to get some really nice background blur. But since it does have a fixed lens, that's one of the downsides. You can't really do that. So if you're thinking about buying this specific camera, just note you can't do that. The lowest you're gonna get is f2.8. But I must say, for a $400 camera, it's pretty nice actually. I did have to adjust all the settings for this particular environment, like the ISO, aperture, white balance, all that stuff. I did want to mention something about the microphone though, which is kind of crucial. I just can't really recommend this microphone. I should have done more research into it, but I've honestly just sort of had problems with the mic. Biggest thing is that it's just quiet. Like, it has to be as close to you as physically possible. So I was thinking I could just sit on top of my camera. No, I literally have to like put it on a tripod and extend it outward to get it as close to me as physically possible. And even still, I'm having to like speak toward the mic just to get the best audio and still try to make it not pop up on camera. If you're looking into buying a shotgun microphone, I would say don't buy this one, buy a better one, do more research. I am gonna work with it for now, but eventually down the line, I will end up upgrading the mic. Oh, also, if you're interested in any of the products I'm showing here, I'll have them all linked in the description below if you want to check them out. I should also note here that nothing here is sponsored, though of course all links will be in the description below. But that's gonna about wrap it up. If you guys did enjoy, then please consider subscribing because it helps me out so much. Leaving a like also really helps out with the algorithm. Also, I have a Discord server, so if you're at all interested in that, the link is in the description. And of course, I want to thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, and I'll catch you in the next one.